Okay, so good afternoon po sa ating lahat na nandito and of course sa aming online viewers no na nag-aabang sa live broadcast ng aming reading club forum here dito sa library. And sa mga nandito po, you can join us here. May mga vacant seats pa po dito. Pwede naman kayo mag-join dito or you can stay at your seats while listening to the to our guest speaker for today. Of course, so there's no need actually to introduce our guest speaker kasi kilala na siya ng ng Baguio City. Kilala na siya, but to give a short background to our guest speaker for today. He is dubbed as the Millennial Councilor of the City of Baguio and one of the youngest elected public servants in the history of politics in the Philippines. Diba? And of course, Sir Levy Lloyd Orcales is currently the Sangguniang Kabataan Federation President and an ex-officio City Councilor of Baguio City. With a background in social science and economics, Honorable Orcales authored many significant ordinances that highlight youth development and participation, including mental health care program, Baguio Urban Gardening for Young Farmers, the conduct of youth class in every barangay, and other ordinance that empowers youth to be the nation's reserve leaders of the future. Actually, si Sir Orcales po ang nag-author din. Siya po yung principal author ng ordinance po para dito sa public library. And we are very much grateful talaga sa kanya kasi it's the first ordinance for the improvement po ng city library. At least we do have talagang towards modernization na rin, no? We still have to work it out, although hindi namin magagawa overnight, but with the guidance of the ordinance, then perhaps we can move on improving the city public library. Anyhow, the city public library is for us, for the public, and it's not only for the students or para sa mga bata, but then we also see here mga senior citizen, mga bata rin naman na nandito. That's why we are very much grateful that yung ordinance ay na-aprubahan na rin, and we are on the process of implementing the provisions that are provided for sa ordinance na yun. And with that, we would like to say thank you, Councilor, and sana marami pang ordinance for the city library. Di po ba? Talaga naman gusto rin namin because yun din naman ang clamor is to improve yung facility. Kasi kung sa services naman, I guess, we are trying to cope up for the improvement talaga ng city library. Kaya lang we really need a facility, a better facility na hindi ganito na let's say magkakaroon tayo ng kagaya nito, it's a forum, but then nasasacrifice naman yung dapat nagagamit because this is the thesis and dissertation section. Whereas na talagang kailangan naman nila sanang gamitin for the research. But anyhow, for today, of course, ang ating councilor will talk about the ordinance providing for the city policies and strategies on research and innovation in the city of Baguio. Parang gusto ko yun kasi it touches on the research. And we all know naman ang city library is the place to be, di ba? Amen. Raise the roof talaga when it comes to research kasi we all know naman na reliable sources ang mga nandito. So with that, we would like to say welcome our councilor and thank you for having us here. Okay lang.
Kahit na more than 1 hour.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Ma'am Easter, and to the library family. Maraming salamat for joining me today for this afternoon's concession or class that we can say. And of course, to the The person had invited me. We even went to my office and personally extended invitation for me to be present today. We have Stephen. Alright? Stephen John. Palakpakan natin si Stephen. And of course, the lovely wife of Stephen, of course, Mrs. John, who is a public school teacher, somewhere there in Ibisan. Now, I am here, as per invitation, I am here to share to the people of Baguio and to our students, to the young people of Baguio, and to the population in general, an ordinance that tackles on research and innovation. Well, we are here at the public library, and one of the nature of a public library is on research. That students and any of our residents can go here and they will do the research. This particular section that we are in right now, as mentioned by Ma'am Easter, is the thesis and dissertation section. And this is the culmination of researches among the university students here in Baguio City. Now, there needs to be a policy or strategies on how to make sure that researches will not remain to be written in paper. That it needs also to be implemented or be applicable to the city and for the benefit of the people. Now, this ordinance is already approved on first and second reading in the City Council, and a scheduled public consultation, we set the date for the public consultation on December 7. So we will be inviting the public to join us during the public consultation for this policy on December 7. Other details will be uploaded through the Facebook of our Sangguniang Panglungsod and of course our personal Facebook page. Now let's go to the reasons. Bakit kailangan? Why is there a need to come up with policies and even strategies when we talk about research and the very aspect of innovation? I have placed there innovation and research because a research and innovation, I believe that our people, our students, and even no longer students, those who are no longer graduated already, we must encourage them to still embrace research. And by that, you'll be able to come up with possible solutions to recurring problems of the city. May it be in social, political, economic, and many other aspects. And the aspect of innovation now is that after the research, it must not, again, I will repeat, it must not and shall not remain to be a document merely. Researches must translate to innovation. Now, the explanatory note, or the very reason why an ordinance such as this one is already in the works in the Sangguniang Panglungsod or the City Council, because educational institutions, private organizations, government agencies, and of course the local government of Baguio stands as key drivers of programs that stimulate innovative literacy and skills development, particularly intended for social development on workers, entrepreneurs, women, and the youth. So, by this, ladies and gentlemen, those who are watching us through our Facebook Live, there is an impetus when it comes to the synergy between the government, private institutions, and even the higher educational institutions or the academia. We recognize that the universities in Baguio and even our schools, high school and elementary, they are the bastion of student youth research. It emanates from the university, the very commitment to research. Now, the local government unit must work with our universities as research institutions and other private organizations that would include our small, micro, and medium enterprises in the city of Baguio. This would entail skills development for research. That is very important. Now, fully recognizing the significance of research and innovation, Baguio City LGU shall promote, integrate, and strengthen local policies that engage with innovative research and innovation centers on collaboration efforts to improve productivity, good governance, and efficient delivery of public services. And the most important statement or phrase under this particular slide is that a government, academe or academic institution, business research collaboration shall be pursued to foster future innovations. It all emanates, ladies and gentlemen, from the desire for research. And again, I would emphasize for the third time, research, may it be historical, may it be in social services or social sciences, in engineering, in environment, all of these researches must be translated into application, theory and practice. Now, for us to be aware, we made a shorter version of the title of the ordinance. This is the Research and Innovation Ordinance of Baguio City. Two important words, ladies and gentlemen: research and innovation. Right? Now, what now are the objectives of this representation, me personally, for coming up with such a policy for the people in the city of Baguio? The ordinance shall provide for guidelines on the promotion, integration, and strengthening of city programs and policies that engage with research and innovation centers to improve productivity, good governance, and efficient delivery of public services. And that would include the City Public Library, because the library is a research and innovation center. Now, we must ensure effective coordination and eliminate fragmentation when it comes to policies for innovation and programs related to it at all levels. Our researchers must link with the local government unit and our partners from the private sector. We aim to support the creation of and diffusion of new knowledge, products, and processes. In research, when we do theses, when we do dissertations, sometimes we use case studies. Sometimes we use econometric evaluation or analysis. Sometimes psychological, social sciences, natural sciences. Now in here, Baguio City, our people, the students, anyone who resides in the city of Baguio must also be promoters of new knowledge. We contribute to the wide array of knowledge in the city of Baguio, and maybe it can be adopted by other cities or even other countries in the future. Explore, promote, and protect the potentials for innovation of research initiatives of higher educational institutions and NGOs. Strengthen and deepen interactions and partnerships among different actors from private and public sector. Education institutions, research and development institutions, and communities towards promoting a culture of inclusive growth and improving the quality of life through innovation. So again, ladies and gentlemen, the emphasis there is that research must not end merely in paper. It should aim for the improvement of the quality of life of our people. And may I just give an example? There are researches hinged on history. There are researches based on historical narratives. And primarily, given the facts of the past, it would give us a leverage on how to understand where are we going? History dictates upon ourselves that we must recognize the past successes as well as the failures of our communities. So at least we will not repeat if it is a history, or rather if it's a negative aspect. Historical researches or narratives gives us a path, gives us a direction on where we want to lead the city of Baguio. And where do we want to lead Baguio City? We want to be a smart city. We want to be a city that is walkable, sustainable, livable, and let's use the word enjoyable as well. So, primarily, these are the objectives. Ito yung mga gusto natin gawin. This is what we want to do. Now, the Baguio City Innovation Alliance, this is only a draft. This is not yet finalized since it will be under public consultation on December 2nd. The Baguio City Innovation Alliance shall be composed of the following. The convener will be the city mayor. The action officer will be the city planning and development coordinator, who is very much interested when it comes to research and planning. Now, aside from these two, the mayor and the city planning officer, which are all from the government side, we must engage our educational institutions. And we have here our co-conveners. They will serve as our co-conveners. We have the Civica Futures Laboratory, Baguio City. And emphasis there, ladies and gentlemen, Futures Laboratory. We are now incorporating that discipline towards futures thinking and foresight. What we do today will, of course, affect the people today and tomorrow. Now, aside from the Futures Laboratory, we have the heads or the school presidents, administrators of our research and educational institutions in Baguio. We have Baguio Central University, St. Louis University, University of Baguio, University of the Cordilleras, University of the Philippines, Baguio, and Benguet State University Extension Program. So, we would like to come up with a research and innovation ecosystem, linking the efforts for innovation and research among all the educational institutions in Baguio, including BSU. The members would be the chairman of the Committee on Ethics, Governmental Affairs, and Personnel, Commission on Higher Education, Department of Science and Technology, National Economic and Development Authority, Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, representatives from the other allied industries like micro, small, medium enterprises, the business sector, and we would like to include the City Public Library to be part of the Baguio City Innovation Alliance. So, that will now be an ecosystem. It's an ecosystem where we can walk together to the future that we want for Baguio and our people. We already have a great foundation when it comes to Baguio history. But we still have to do more work to at least inform the people that this is Baguio then. Now, let us connect it to what we aim Baguio to be after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Again, I would repeat, a smart city, walkable city, livable city, a city where there is no room for discrimination, a city that fosters learning, research, and development. That's what we want for Baguio City. Now, to continue, this would now be the functions of the City Innovation Alliance. They will be tasked to come up with the city's strategic vision for innovation and long-term innovation goals and priorities. To continue, they must serve as a source of strategic intelligence for local research and innovation policy making. This is the fifth time, I think, that I would repeat, emphasize on that the relationship between theory and practice. Researches are meant to be life-changing. Aside from it considered to be as an addition to knowledge, existing knowledge on any discipline, may it be historical, social sciences, natural sciences, there must be an essence for research, and that is changing lives, directing our future where you want to be. We must also ensure that the policies of the city government of Baguio must be based from facts, based from historical narratives and artifacts. That we will never forget the teachings of the past. Align research initiatives and proposals of HEIs to the city government policy. Now, we are all aware that the different universities in Baguio, they decided or they came up with their own policy or research agenda. Kanya-kanya. Merong sariling agenda for research ang UC, UB, SMU, UP, and what have you. But for the city of Baguio, what we want to do is that we will work together. The city will come up with sort of a laundry list or a checklist of the problems of Baguio that we need to solve. For example, in traffic. For example, in congestion. For example, in environment degradation. The problems when it comes to misinformation, disinformation, fake news. When it comes to poverty. When it comes to the lack or the absence of innovative ideas. What we want the Innovation Alliance to do is that they will respond to the checklist of the local government unit of Baguio, and by that, it will serve as the reference or basis for coming up with a research agenda. Their researches will now be used as basis for policy amendment, for program implementation, and naturally for the development of available literature when it comes to different concerns. We must engage technological expertise in strategic and innovation policy making. Technological advancement is also a requirement when it comes to innovation. Coordinate with various sectors and agencies to promote policy and program coherence, particularly of research and innovation. When we come up with policies or programs or projects, we encourage that they must be, or this particular initiatives must be reflective of the actual circumstances and situations of the people living in Baguio. So at least it would redound to their interest. A local policy that is based from merely speculation and assumptions from local policymakers will never be effective. Policies based on research, facts, and figures is the best way to ensure that what we do as local legislators redounds to the interests of the people. We must develop metrics and monitor the progress of strategic innovation programs for R&D, research and development projects sanctioned by the city. The city will now have a big role when it comes to research and development. Endorse to the City Council, where I am a member of, policy recommendations for possible adaptation as city resolution ordinance, and submit annual reports to the City Council on the progress of implementation of the ordinance. Now, to continue, we have identified priority areas for research and innovation for Baguio universities and the local government unit. This would include our researchers in any discipline. In consultation with the sectors concerned, the City Government of Baguio, with the Innovation Alliance, shall consider prioritizing the issues and challenges of the city and our people in the following areas: food security and sustainable urban agriculture. Well, we know Baguio City is a highly urbanized city. We have no agricultural lands here. We have no farmlands here. What we have here in Baguio are backyard gardens. But still, we would like to be engaged with one of the priorities of SDG, which is sustainable food or food supply for our people. Education and the academy. Baguio City is at the educational center after NCR, after Manila. We cater to thousands of students, and we boast to the public and to the country that many of the most impressive students are graduates from the universities here in Baguio. Health, social development, environmental protection, entrepreneurship, youth, family and social work, secure, clean and reliable energy, potentials for innovation of traditional knowledge, and traditional cultural expressions, development of human capital, and transportation services, among others. That is now some of the priority areas where we will direct our research innovation to focus on. Now, innovation activities in the City of Baguio is encouraged to focus on activities of research and development, engineering, design, and other creative activities, marketing, and branding. Activities related to creation and protection of intellectual property, education, software development, and database. Well, I think we are also aware that we are currently on that stage of technological advancement, rapid technological advancement. Just a remark, ladies and gentlemen, for us not to be straying away from that path that we wish to accomplish or to achieve, let us always be reminded of the very foundations of why there is Baguio City in the first place. Who we are in the very beginning will determine how we improve for the next years. And other activities performed in the process of creating innovations. That is why, in the composition of the research innovation, or the alliance, we identify our MSMEs, the micro, small, medium enterprises, the Chamber of Commerce, and I think there is an economic or eco-zones as members of the Innovation Alliance. Research can also translate to new revolutionary products that can help us one way or another when it comes to urban agriculture, when it comes to health, when it comes to environmental protection. Section 7, 8, and 9. One of the things that we wish to give emphasis, aside from what I have mentioned earlier, is that the aspect of innovation for Baguio City shall develop strategies to promote the creation of new ideas that will be developed into new and quality products, processes, and services aimed at improving the welfare of low-income families and uplifting the lives of the oppressed, powerless, and marginalized groups, as well as to create livelihood opportunities for these sectors. Section 8, Research and Business Incubators. We wish to establish and promote the creation of innovation centers, business incubators, towards fostering skill and technology transfer. And Section 9, Student Academic Research Initiatives. HEIs, or the universities in Baguio, are encouraged to identify and endorse the City Innovation Alliance. I think the microphone is already tired. Check. Dapat mo ba dyan microphone tayo? Hello.
Wala. Ay, na talaga.
Hello.
Ano
Kailangan
lang?
na lang bago.
Hindi ako hindi sa amin yan. Hiniran namin.
Ay.
Yes. Ito na lang.
Hello. 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 Oo. Sorry for the 1-minute commercial. Alright. So, going back, student academic research initiatives. HEIs, or the universities in Baguio, are encouraged to identify and endorse to the City Innovation Alliance academic researches of their students and be deliberated upon for first, possible adoption by the city government for policy making and program planning, and second, for funding purposes and other forms of assistance that will support the application of students' research. So sabi ko nga kanina, yung mga research ng ating mga estudyante, research of our teachers and other researchers will now be supported by the city government of Baguio, can be adopted as a local policy, as a program that will be implemented in the city, or be given funding support for them to continue with the research. Alright? Now, every year, according to this section, there will be an annual city research forum. Adjust natin. Hello. There will be a yearly forum on research spearheaded by the city government of Baguio in coordination with the Innovation Alliance. All the universities in Baguio will be involved in this yearly city research forum. In here, we invite researchers from different sectors within the city of Baguio. Alright? Any form of research, it can be accommodated. Accommodate national and international research consortiums for paper presentations that are generally geared towards addressing city issues focused on topics identified earlier. Policy papers and other researches submitted to the City Research Forum shall be considered by the City Innovation Alliance for adoption or funding. So, we encourage
Magic yan.
Hello. Ayan. Yearly, magkakaroon na ng research forum sa Baguio. We will invite anyone. May it be those enrolled in the universities, our local researchers, either for history, either for engineering, either for futures thinking. They will be accommodated. And they will be given the chance to present their paper, their proposals to all of our people. So malalaman nila ngayon, ano na yung mga pinagkakapalaan ng ating mga estudyante, ng ating universities, or even our local historians, local researchers, that they think you'll be able to help the government. So, I think this is a very good one. Nagkaroon na ba tayo ng City Research Forum na nag-spearhead ay local government unit? Wala pa. Ngayon, magpasimuno na naman tayo. Muna ulit ang Baguio na magkaroon ng annual research forum. Right? So, we really encourage research. And we would like to research opportunities na pwedeng i-take advantage ng ating mga kabataan, ng ating mga local researchers, ng ating mga students, teachers, and anyone. Okay? Section 11. Aside from the proposal na magkakaroon ng annual city research forum, there will also be an innovation camp. So ano tong innovation camp na ito? The city government of Baguio shall organize an innovation camp once in every year. 2, there are 3 bullets there. Provide students or the community the opportunity to become critical thinkers, creative problem solvers, and active agents of change. The UN SDG goals shall be used as one major tool to guide mechanisms to be adapted for the camp. Second, this is to provide opportunities to create products that students and the community are passionate about. Participants are to use their passion, talent, and skills as they participate in creative solutions to the problems of the city. And this is to promote new ideas to come up with different and genuine solutions. The nature of solutions that shall be enhanced depends on the nature of the problem identified. Hence, possible solutions may include but not be limited to making or inventing, information and advocacy campaigns, call to action through service and philanthropy. So, aside from the annual research forum that the city will be hosting, there will be paper presentations, forums, presentation of proposals. There will also be an innovation camp. They can utilize the innovation camp for new, innovative, revolutionary programs, projects, and even products. In the city of Baguio, isa sa mga naisip namin ngayon as early as now is on how to respond to the issue of kulang ang tubig sa Baguio. Sa isang linggo, parang 3 beses, 2 beses lang may tubig sa ating water pipes. Kailangan natin ang kabayanan kahit malaling araw para makapag-igib. And during the time of the pandemic, isa sa mga pinopromote ng city na mandatory sana noon is hand washing, maghugas ng kamay. But considering na kunti lang ang tubig natin, paubos na ang tubig natin, isa yun sa major problem ng city. Paano natin masisiguro na all our constituents are protected against the spread of COVID-19 kung wala tayo facilities, programs, or advocacies for hand washing? Isa sa mga unang challenges ko sa mga universities, one of the first priority concern that I have already pitched to the universities is to how can we develop a hand washing facility na hindi kailangan ng connection sa running water. So meron siyang sariling water recycling system that is cheap and that can be placed in different areas in Baguio. So isa yun. That is one of the examples of the produce or rather the objective of our innovation camp. May problema ang city? Gusto natin magkaroon or mag-practice ng bawat tao magkaroon ng hand-washing behavior. At the same time, we consider the fact na kunti lang ang tubig ng Baguio. That will be the trend when we implement the ordinance. Now, in order to implement the salient provisions of the ordinance, an innovation fund shall be set under the City Planning and Development Office in the amount of not less than 100,000 pesos. Not less than. We can go beyond 10 million. Basta, our innovation fund will not be less than 100,000 pesos. The fund shall be used to support the city's innovation camp, annual research forum, financial support for research and innovation, and promotion and support to innovation centers and research incubators. And section 13, this is the last slide or last section that I will be sharing to all of you. Recognition to HEIs and other allied industries. The City Government of Baguio, in coordination with the Commission on Higher Education and the National Economic and Development Authority, or NEDA, shall identify and recognize universities and NGOs or business sectors or allied industries involved with a certificate of excellence in the field of research and innovation. This is to motivate HEIs and NGOs and even maybe individuals. We can also confer certificate of excellence for research to align research and innovation initiatives to help address the problems of the city. So that is what we aim for the researchers, the local researchers, the student and teacher researchers in the city of Baguio. So, I think this is the last one. Since our microphone is already exhausted. Hello. So, thank you. Thank you very much. Hello. Thank you very much. This is the ordinance providing for city policies and strategies on research and innovation in the city of Baguio. Are there any?
Would you like to ask questions?
Are there any questions, clarification, or violent reaction? That comes to this policy.
Violent.
Violent.
Hindi naman. Actually, when I was taking up my public at the masters, yung professor namin, he always mentioned regarding the importance of research and development, to which na I agree.
Yeah.
Because I believe na when you want to do something else, then there should be a parang basis for doing such, and you have a reason to do so. Example dito sa City Library, yung aking research is institutionalized, no? So dito talaga, it's about the City Library, to which na I found out that there is a low awareness. So there is a low awareness also. What are we doing now? So this is now the result of that research that I have done. So talagang I go for it. I go for it na the research and the innovation, kasi innovation na yung ginamit mo, is really important in planning for the entire city, kumbaga. And to address kung ano man yung mga issues.
Correct.
I agree talaga.
I would second that, ma'am, or third, kung may pag-third motion. I second that since aside from the fact that we would like to promote a culture of research, yung kagustuhan ng mga kabataan, estudyante, even our constituents to research, ay dapat may kaakibat na pag-improve or pag-promote din ng research and innovation hubs.
Yes.
So meron silang collaborative workspaces, and one good example of that is the City Public Library. So this is one way or another related to the ordinance na in-approve natin, kasama ang library, for the expansion of the services and the modernization of the City Public Library.
Yes.
So, hindi ganito habang buhay ang library.
Yes, of course.
And we will push forward na mas mapabilis yung paglipat ng library sa another location na more conducive. At when students come here, when our people would go here, they would really appreciate yung facility and the services attached to it. That's why yesterday, hello, I already talked with the city planner, architect na we will push for the creative center and the public library, the new public library that will be transferred on the other side. So it will be bigger, and it will be modernized. And it will be PWD friendly.
Yes.
Inclusive. And we will do that during the discussion of the budget of the departments this coming November to December.
Ay, sir, we would just like to acknowledge yung ating viewer on our live. Ma'am, meron siyang question.
Yes.
Where will the new public library be relocated? We find the current location more feasible as it is in the center of town.
It will now go far from this current location. It will be on the other side. The existing parking space over there, just few steps away from here. Then lang sa tabi ng Athletic Mall, there's a vacant lot there that is being utilized for parking and for small businesses. That will be the intention of yours truly na the library will go there. But we need bigger space. We need we don't have even a adequate parking space here.
Yes.
No, we only have 3 spaces, I believe. That's why I walk from the parking over there. I walk going here. So, and that is the more concrete way on how I will ensure, the city will ensure na ma-improve yung facility, ma-improve yung mga gamit, is that maganda dapat yung facility itself. No?
Yes.
Kasi when I research, no, ang ganda ng library ng Davao City, ng Quezon City. Dapat ganun din yung library ng Davao. Ganun din dapat. Kasi, right? Again, I will repeat, Baguio City is an education center. Okay, nasimulan na natin sa ating library ordinance na intended talaga ang city library to transition for 24/7. But we only intended muna until 10 p.m.
Sana.
Until 10 p.m. Now, kung nandiyan ako sa City Council, isasabay namin yung pag-departmentalize ng City Library. Actually, it is already written in law na dapat department ang library. It's in the revised or the new charter of Baguio City. I just forgot the Republic Act number. Recently, nag-lapse into law at na-approve siya. Deemed approved siya because it lapsed into law. Yung ating Baguio City Charter. And one provision there states na dapat ang library ay isang buong department. It will follow na ma-reorganize yung structure. The organizational structure of the city library, when it will now be a department, will be changed. Mapapalitan na yun. Kasi the current number of library staff and personnel, they cannot, man the library. Lalo na kung gawin natin 5 floor ito. Lalo na kung 5 floors. They cannot do that. So, hindi ako nagpapangako, pero it's already written in law na dapat department. The city library should be a department. And logic would dictate if our current library staff is around 10 or 12 or 13, mas marami pa volunteers. Hindi nila kakayanin na ensure ang more modernized and expanded services ng library. Kailangan dagdagan natin ng library staff and personnel. So, that is in law. Already in law. Okay. So, hopefully, kayanin ang powers ko na ma-identify talaga ang ating creative center or the public library and creative center. That's what we aim to do.
I want to read regarding this proposal. Actually, there's something inspiring to you with the experience with another America. visiting time of the San Francisco, right?
I got that.
This is a different one.
Well, when we ask about policymakers, when they come up with policy recommendations, it will always be a must to disclose the information or the motivation or the basis. Umupo na yung ating microphone. Hello? Right. So, one reason, personal reason, bakit meron tayong proposal, why there is a proposal such as this one, and related to the library ordinance is that we would like to make sure that our people are given the opportunity for development in terms of knowledge, in terms of creativity, in terms of innovation. Whether or not I have gone through different countries, I have only gone to Korea. Yes, I have gone to Korea. I was in Seoul last 2019. And I was there for official function on human resource development. And we were taught there is a government center. I forgot the entire name, but it is a Seoul Human Development Research Center, somewhere around Seoul. I was there for 1 week, and we were taught on how to respond to the most pressing issues of the community and the city. And one of the identified areas of concern among Baguio delegates, including me, is on the literacy rate of our people. That culture of research, that culture of continuing learning, even outside the university. So we came up with the ordinance on the library modernization and expansion. And we came up with this research and innovation ordinance. So we wish to address that. We wish to make Baguio City a research hub. Yes, ma'am.
It is also hope that we will also be, let's say after yung mga researches, if we can be included yung talagang kami, yung parang center, no, na submitted dito yung mga researches. So that since we are the public, the only public library here, it should be open also. The information or the result of the researches will be open to everybody. So just like here, ito, thesis and dissertations ito from the different universities. And although hindi na masyadong updated, it's only UC. But we are hoping na gano'n sana na dito rin ang magiging center, no, ng let's say yung mga finished products na.
Definitely, mapupunta sa public library. Kasi again, we only have one public library. And after the researches that will be presented, copies of which will also be here. Lahat ng gusto basahin, for those who would wish to read, and siguro continue with the research proposal, with that paper, or that project design, it will be with the custody of the library. Knowledge is very important. So we must ensure that articles and tools for knowledge must be available to the people. That would include papers. That would include project design and others. That's why we wish na the city library will have an attached sort of a unit or unit or division on creativity.
When we become a department.
Yeah, when they will be a department. So that will be a big challenge for me, even that I have only less than 1 year to continue with my service as a local legislator. Yes?
Yes, sir. We would like to acknowledge po yung question ni Miss Jaya Asprek Cruz. She's very happy po na yung new location will be just very near the old one. So, thank you daw po for considering that one. And now her 2 years old frequents the library on weekends. Her suggestion po is, may I suggest po to have activities for her age group and not just the younger ones, like internships, volunteering, orientation on basic library systems, etc. Even to just arrange books would be good training, or have learning events on doing simple research skills using the library books. Like citing sources, credible sources of that. We are interested in volunteering on a Saturday, but most of your staff are not around on Saturdays when we visit kasi busy po sa ibang ganap. So, yun, manpower complement po for the library.
I will first start to, and then later on the city librarian will respond as well. Ako muna. That's why I was telling the body earlier na kulang at hindi kakayanin ng current library staff and personnel itong mga gusto nating innovation for the city public library. Although we want that, again, it would call for improvement sa organizational structure ng library. We need more staff, we need more personnel in the library to assist you in the services that you have identified. Although they are doing their best, no? Imagine, even for a Saturday, nandito sila. They are here. And not only for assisting you on where to sit and where to read your books, but they also have other services, like reading class, storytelling, and even outside, reading at the park.
Yeah.
And I think the question, the concern is actually valid naman. But again, what we need to do on our end is to strengthen and further empower the library staff and personnel, so that at least the services that you have mentioned will be addressed effectively. So, and I hope that we will be able to do that when they transfer to another location, to a bigger space.
Wait, papakita na nga. Okay. Ayan, so ako naman sasagot doon, no? Actually, Saturday ngayon, and I'm not supposed to be here kasi Monday to Friday lang ako. And, but then, para sa bayan, every Saturday nandito na rin ako, just to augment, kasi there are only 4 staff na pumapasok ng regularly on a Saturday. And we have volunteer. Ayan, isa na siya si Ma'am April, na volunteer siya on a Saturday. And there's one coming here, but then wala siya ngayon kasi I understand student yon, no? So we also have volunteers here just to augment yung mga kakulangan talaga dito sa library. In the morning, we are at the park. We conduct yung storytelling at the park, and that is the promotion, no? Promotion for the love of reading and the utilization of the city library. Because like what I've mentioned a while ago, na marami pang hindi aware. That's why we have to spread, no? We don't just contain ourselves here, but then we have to go out also. And then next, it's a regular afternoon session here at the City Library, itong Reading Club Forum, wherein it is an avenue for us to invite the speakers to discuss. We can discuss issues and whatever yung mga pag-uusapan man ng mga invited guests, no? So although hindi man natin but then we do it online also because we would like to, kumbaga hybrid na rin. It's face-to-face and online for us to provide yung mga information for us for yung promotion, ano. But then we would appreciate also yung mga suggestion ng niyaan that we can do also other activities. But for this month, we are really fully booked. Kasi it's Library and Information Services Month, and We have invitations from other daycare centers, from other schools. Just like si Ma'am, in-invite kami doon for a book mobile sa Irisan National High School for us to promote the reading. So, andun kami actually during lunchtime. So, it's lunchtime because we would like to cater to the students, no, during their free time and promote to them yung reading culture. Kasi medyo yun ang nawawala, no? Medyo yun ang nakakalimutan na ng generation na ito because of the presence of gadget. But then we do not, naman na hindi kayo gagamit ng gadget, hindi naman kami ganon. We can embrace technology, no? But then provided that we do also reading. And yung mga binabasa naman natin is yung mga magaganda naman na let's say kagaya nito, makakatulong ang reading actually. If you are a wide reader, no? Marami ka makakatulong ito when you do research. Tama ba, sir? O, tama, yan. Mga itong mga yan dito eh. Si ma'am at saka si sir, di po ba? Sa mga students natin, mga students, you do reading when you research, right? That's it. That's why we have to start them young. Yun yung namin, yung isang objective din namin. We start them young to promote the love and inculcate yung culture of reading. Para pagdating nila sa college, hindi na sila mahihirapan masyado. When they do research, and even yung mga senior high na yun, they have research, they visit the library. Ang ko sa kanila is you have to read. Magbasa pa rin kayo ng magbasa, no? And yung research naman, they learn that in school. They teach them on how to do, let's say, yung sa research. Meron subject na research, di ba? Meron. So, tinuturo naman sa kanila. So, kami, we support the students when it comes to research. And perhaps, in the, siguro itong coming years, we will design a program, summer program, wherein we can invite yung mga younger children, no? Yung mga children, para magkaroon ng summer activity dito. Actually, before the pandemic, meron sana yun, kaya lang nangyari yun. And for me, ayoko rin naman kasing mag-gather dito ng mga bata na ganito pa rin ang sitwasyon natin. When we become better, no, kung okay na yung ating situation siguro, we will continue to have programs and services for younger children also. So for now, siguro ganito muna, no? Ganito muna kasi
may COVID.
Oo, and that's why we do the storytelling outside actually. Doon kami sa park kasi it's an open area. Meron din naman yung mga bumibisita dito actually, no? Sunod-sunod ang gustong bumisita dito because they miss yung yung annual na storytelling namin wherein we invite yung mga daycare pupils dito. We invite yung mga students that they come and visit the library. But then, in-accommodate pa rin namin. Kaya nga fully booked kami ngayon. We accept them here, dito nagaganap, and dito rin sa lugar na ito, sa thesis and dissertation. And we go also to the barangays. We go outside and to the school. So, ganun po yung ginagawa namin. Kaya, kuminsan parang na rin kami na pagod na, pero para sa bayan, we have to do it, no? Ganon.
May dagdag ako, ma'am. I wish to add more. We have recently filed another ordinance on the Youth Code of Baguio City, or sort of a Magna Carta for the youth in the city of Baguio. And under the article on education, I placed their provision for reading centers in the community. So, our initial proposal is that among all the barangays in Baguio, dapat mayroong reading center, corner, or facility. Although, if you visit some of the barangays in Baguio, ang liit-liit nun, barangay hall. And sometimes, it's being rented, leased to them by private entities. Our objective is that although we have the library here, they can also go to the reading centers in the barangays na meron ding programs for them. At ang magmamonitor sa kanila is the City Public Library. The City Librarian will monitor all of the reading centers in Baguio on how it is being managed and operated. So, there will be a city policy that barangays will have to identify a space in their barangay buildings or youth centers na dapat may library din or reading center. And again, the librarian will have to check them. There will be criteria. Ano dapat ang meron sa isang reading center sa barangay? Kailangan ba na okay pa ba na may encyclopedia, may dictionary, mayroong textbook, kailangan ba yun? Or reference materials for teachers or something? Ano dapat yung collection na ano doon? Storybooks ba? And of course, the barangay in this case will also be trained kung paano i-manage yung kanilang reading center. Kaya we encourage them to allocate funds din para bumili sila ng mga libro as collection ng kanilang barangay reading centers or corner. Kahit may shelf doon, we can always invite the public library and our partners that they will conduct storytelling, puppet show, and other related activities for the children and the youth of Baguio. That's part of the City Youth the City Youth Code, which is also being spread out for public consultations. So, yun. So, related lang ng pinagkagagawa ko. And I hope na this will really improve the quality of reading, appreciation, literacy, and research among all our constituents. Yes.
So one of the plan you have also the innovation center run by from the city government. I did not see that specific description.
All right. So I mentioned earlier, and it was in the presentation, that we will be promoting the creation of research and innovation centers or research innovation hubs. In this particular concept, we would provide technological requirements, sort of the 3D printers, but we will only identify very few. Why? Because it's very expensive. 3D printers for research related to engineering, related to architecture, related to creativity, they're very expensive. So we will identify the youth center that is being constructed there. We are currently constructing the City Youth Convergence and Indoor Sports Complex. That's across the athletic ball. It's there. There will be a research laboratory there. There will be co-working space where the city will provide computers, 3D printers, and other machines or equipment necessary to encourage our young people to visit the research or the incubation laboratory. That will be one. And maybe the city library will also be one. And then, we cannot do it throughout to all 128 barangays. It's very expensive. And the operation cost will be very high. So for the incubation center, under the city government, we identified the youth convergence center that is currently being constructed. And second is the City Public Library. Other research and incubator, or rather innovation hub, will be identified within the universities here in Baguio. So there's currently an existing innovation lab in SNU, St. Louis University. I believe there's also one in the University of the Cordilleras. And we would be compelling other universities to also come to also appropriate or apportion an area within the university building for a research and incubation laboratory. That's it.
I want to point to one thing. You mentioned about the University Innovation Center will be also one of the hub to networks.
Yes.
University actually this kind of innovation incubation center is very important to why it's a free spirit, like open spirit. It's freely moving the human and the resources to freely have to do that.
Yes.
But actually, university entrance is very, very strict and very, very hard.
Great.
And outsider the people, how can the youth comfortably stay there?
That is why you will come up with an innovation alliance with them. So there will be an agreement that when you go to their universities, particularly SNU is focused on engineering. There's a focus on engineering and low carbon transport and traffic and transport. So when we have researchers there, you can go freely since they are part of the Innovation Alliance. Our school administrators, university heads, will have to sign a sort of a memorandum of understanding that we can allow local researchers to go there with the primary purpose of research and innovation. But for the city of Baguio, primarily it will be the Youth Convergence Center and the City Public Library. So at least, if the university would not want to sign the memorandum of understanding with the city government, you have here.
Yes.
It will always be accessible, open to any person, to any group, and to any organization. They can use it. The facilities there, the equipment there, anybody can use it. We just identified research and incubator hub within the universities because they cater to thousands of students. That's very much readily available since they belong to the same university, within the university. But linking them is another purpose. We link the city government to the research and incubator hub of SNU, of UC, of UB, if there will be, UP, and even BSU extension program. It will be an ecosystem that is free of any form of hindrance or opposition, maybe, or bureaucratic hindrances or something. So, it's an ecosystem. And it will not be an ecosystem if it is not linked with one another. So there's a relationship that we wish to promote through the local policy. And I believe the school heads here, the university heads of the different universities are very much willing to help the city.
One more thing.
Yes.
One more thing. How many local company or some interpretation company to how will be involved with this project and how do you plan to interconnect with this innovation center and with
Alright. As I mentioned earlier, it will all start and emanate from research. And who are the institutions involved with research? It's the local researchers, individual or group. It's within the universities. And we are promoting the city library as one source for research. In the city youth center. Now, the research is there can be forwarded to our ecosystem for innovation and incubation hubs. The research and incubation hubs will be equipped with machines. With, machines necessary for prototyping, a conducive space for trial and error. For example, the research has something to do with a product on, let's say, on air, purifying air. For example, just a hypothetical example. If one research is focused on purifying air, that is cheaper, that is long-lasting, and let's say mobile, you can use it anywhere. You can bring it like portable. The research will not be translated through the incubator hub or the innovation hub. That's why we have 3D printers, that's why we have other machines. They will prototype and then it will be patented under the city government of Baguio. And that will now be given to our MSMEs. That they can sell, that they can improve together with our research and incubator hub. So it will be a circular economy sort of thing. Nothing will be wasted from the start of the research until the very last output of the product, and it will be presented to the market. It is innovative, it is revolutionary. Maybe sometime we will no longer be using bottled water or plastic bottles for our water. Maybe a research would come up and they would say, there should be a new container or something. And that will be patented for property or intellectual property rights. And it will be in partnership with our economic zones. They will be able to serve as outlets. And it will help the MSMEs. It will help the MSMEs. Again, we promote innovation. And again, it must be revolutionary. It will change the course of our lives every day. So that is the relationship of our NEDA, National Economic Development Authority, the ecozones, and the MSMEs, and other allied businesses. Are there other questions or suggestions? There being none? Again, I wish to thank our partners. We have Mr. and Mrs. Jan, our City Public Library, and then of course our librarian, Mr. Pablo. All the volunteers who are here, and to the students who I disturbed. Thank you very much, and those who have stayed tuned with us through our FB Live. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much, and good afternoon to all of you.
Yeah, so thank you very much, and we have a very productive afternoon, right? So it's worth, spending time, yung sa mga ganitong forum. So we would like to invite further yung mga guests, sana yung mga ma-invite ni Mr. John, talagang pupunta rin sila so that every Saturday po kasi ito, it's worth naman to spend, anyway, it's not the whole day that we spend the time about, some issues or some topics that we would like to talk about, but then it helps us to, it helps awareness, more awareness of what is going on in our city, and aside from that, it's an additional knowledge for us. So that's why we do it hybrid, face-to-face and online. May questions pa ba online? Wala na. Okay, so with that, we would like to say thank you to our Councilor, and with this is ano lang naman ang may bibigay namin sa kanya.
Yan, no problem.
Certificate, kasi pati yung ating talaga namang para-paraan lang ito. Okay, so we would like to award the certificate of appreciation to Honorable Levy Lloyd B. Orcales as a token of gratitude for being an esteemed guest by sharing his valuable knowledge and expertise during the Reading Forum Club with the topic LGU Academe Innovation Alliance held at the Baguio City Public Library, given this 19th day of November 2022. So,
Thank you very much.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, ayan. Ako. Thank you talaga. And hopefully na you will still be here with us. Although alam natin na itong mga nandito busy sila sa kanilang mga gawain dito sa library. But I know that you are listening to the topics. Ano po? Kumbaga dual yan, multitasking. Yan ang tinatawag na multitasking, no? So ganun din kami. Let's say kami nandito nagko-conduct ng activity. At the same time, kung may mga queries din dyan, inaasikaso din namin. But then, yung focus namin nandito pa rin naman. So thank you very much and we hope na sana mapupush through itong ordinance na ito and doon na natin makikita yung talagang importance ng research and innovation or what we say, research and development. Alam ko po na importante talaga ang research. That's why we have the thesis and dissertations dito, no? For yung mga presented na research, yung mga natapos ng research, that actually yung ibang pumupunta sila dito to check on yung mga researches na natapos na, no? That were finished and that were already presented and approved. Para naman at least parang it's an idea for them. And we would be very much grateful if the City Library will become a hub also, no? This is a public, this is open to everybody. Yun naman talaga ang purpose namin as a public library, to cater to the information needs of the public. So hindi kami dapat namimili. And it's free. Libre po. So wala kong bayad. Okay, so... Ha?
Surfing.
Oo nga ganun talaga pro bono lahat ng Actually pro bono lahat yung mga speakers namin. That's why talaga namang makikita mo yung mga advocates talaga, no? Maano mo kung sino yung mga advocates na they would be here for the service of the Filipino people, kumbaga, no? Hindi ako nag-promote ng station lang yun. Kumbaga, kami rin dito, parang video lang, we find ways. Diba? So, dapat mag-sponsor ng video lang. Yung mga ganon. Sana nga. Pero talaga, thank you very much, Councilor. And with that, I know na supported ka talaga. You are a supporter of the City Library because you know, you understand kung ano yung mga advocates namin dito. Yung mga advocacy ng public library. Kaya sa election, no, don't forget, na I would really, kahit sabihin na natin bawal kaya lang, I would fight for Councilor Orcales, no? Early na, Kasi makikita ko naman yung kanyang diba? And this is for the public. This is not for him, pero this is for the public. May impact sa public at may effect pa rin, para pa rin sa public. So, our Councilor, Levy Lloyd Orcales, a round of applause! Thank you very much, and bye-bye. See you again next Saturday.